Good morning. It's back to a video time with Mr. Lamb.
And Mrs. Lamb.
And here today we're going to talk about dividing fractions. I know that we have loved multiplying fractions. So we're going to divide fractions. And you know what? There's a secret coming. Just wait for it.
Yep. What's our learning target for today? Oh, simple. I can divide fractions.
Oh, and I wonder if there's a... Oh, there is.
Oh, I can show evidence of my thinking on paper.
So once again, we're going to ask you to do these on paper.
It's just absolutely necessary. You just really have to.
So, Mrs. Lamb, why don't you go ahead and show us what the difference between dividing and multiplying is.
Well, the funny thing is, when we divide fractions, we can actually use that same strategy we used when we were working with integers, where we keep, change, flip.
Ooh,
and we
all remember that.
We changed subtraction of integers to addition of integers, which we were much easier.
Yep.
Well, multiplication of fractions is much easier than division. So we use this same inverse by keeping our first fraction the same, changing division to the inverse, which is multiplication, and flipping, that's a flip, and flipping the fraction is called using the reciprocal.
Whoa, there's a good math word, reciprocal.
Reciprocal of 2/3 is to take and flip them and put the 3 on top and the 2 on the bottom.
So reciprocal and flip are the same thing.
Now, the one thing we do know, and I'm going to, if I push this, I can erase, right?
Yes, you can.
One thing we do know is once we get to this, well, gosh, that looks like what we've been doing.
That's right.
3 times 3 is 9.
Ooh.
4 times 2 is 8.
And we end up with an improper fraction, so we know we can't leave it that way.
And, well, I'll just go and do it the long way. 9 is being divided by 8. How many 8s in 9?
1.
1. 1 times 8
Oh, and this is my
8.
favorite part because you get to use remainders.
Okay, no you don't. No remainders. 1 and 1, 8.
That's definitely a remainder.
1 and 1, 8.
We have 1 left over. That was a remainder.
Out of 8 fraction.
That's true. I guess she's
True.
right.
I know I'm right. Okay, anyway, we're just going to pick some random numbers. They could be pretty, they could be kind of...
Can I do the first one? How about we just start simple, fraction by
So,
fraction?
fraction by fraction.
Okay, so we're going to start off with, whoa, good thing there's a couple of screens of these things, huh?
There's only one.
Just divide fraction.
Just divide.
Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start off with, we'll go with 3/4
What are we dividing by?
divided by, ooh, how about 3/8?
Ooh.
Okay, I kind of like those numbers. Okay, so 3/4 divided by 3/8. But
You have to.
we don't divide fractions. You're going to hear me say that a lot.
We don't divide.
We don't divide fractions. What we do is we KCF them, right? We keep, change, flip them, which means we end up with 3/4 because that's keeping it the same. Then we're going to change this division, which none of us like, to multiplication. And then we're going to flip this or find its reciprocal, which is going to be 8/3.
I understand why he picked these numbers.
Yeah, it's because I love these numbers. Because what do I always say we should do before we multiply?
We should look to see if there's any cross-canceling or reducing.
Reducing,
Because,
and there's all kinds of reducing in this one.
okay.
Okay, like these 3s
Whenever I
can
see
both be divided by 3. So anytime you see 2 numbers that are the same, one in the top, one in the bottom, you know you can reduce them.
they're just
They
ones.
just become 1s.
Mhm.
And then 8 and 4.
Hmm.
I bet I can divide both of those by 4, and that becomes a 1, that becomes a 2, and now when you go to multiply it, you can go ahead and finish it.
I was just going to do it for you, Center.
That's okay.
You tell me what to do.
Multiply 1 times 2, multiply 1 times 1,
Ooh.
and I don't like 2/1.
Well, it's
It looks
improper.
sloppy to me.
It's improper, but it's not a bad fraction.
No.
It just means it's
It
improper.
just means the same thing as
So how many 1s go into 2?
2.
Anything left over?
No, nothing.
It's a whole number. We know it's in lowest.
So there we are. There's our first dividing a fraction by a fraction.
All right, if you want to just erase that, and then do I have my pen back?
Yes, you do.
All right, I'm going to pick 4/9, and I'm going to divide it by 3/5. random numbers.
I had to pick 2/3.
I'm sure he would have, but not for me. So I put my KCF at the top.
And it doesn't make any difference.
And
You
it
can be a
doesn't make
top-
any difference.
You can be a top writer, or you can be a bottom writer. It doesn't
And
make
then
any-
I write mine right below it. Keep, change,
Oh, you write it right below.
flip. Well, I do it for
Well,
a
that
visual.
way you see it.
I see that I've kept it. I've changed to multiplication. I've flipped to the reciprocal. I'm going to look. Ooh, nope, those are number neighbors. Nothing we can do. 5 doesn't go evenly into 9. 4 does. Okay.
She just hates reducing.
No, I don't hate reducing.
No, I'm teasing.
I just sometimes you can't reduce.
True.
So if you can't reduce, I know something.
Yeah.
In a minute, I know that this is going to be in lowest terms. 4 times 5 is 20. 9 times 3 is 27. Just
And
to be
since
sure.
we couldn't reduce here,
Right.
we can't reduce there.
So 20/27 is in lowest terms.
Should we do one mixed number one?
No.
Oh, we're
'Cause
gonna
we
do
have-
that later?
We have a fraction.
Oh.
I mean, another video coming.
Hold on, we don't have to do it because we're gonna do another video
We
later.
could do it with a whole number if you wanted to,
Nah.
but I think they got whole numbers.
I think you got this.
Okay, you guys have a.
Oh,
next
let's-
story.
Yeah, there we go. We got. Ooh, we'll get there eventually.
Wow. I
There
thought
it
we
is.
only had one. Okay.
So if you're confused,
Like we are.
kind of like we are, okay, watch that next video on your assignment page. But if you're not and you're ready to go, even though we might not be, go ahead and just get working on your work.
Write it down.